For the past 20 years or so, the internet has pretty much run on one single fuel: your attention. But what if I told you that's all about to change, like completely? We're going to dive into a new idea called the sovereign intelligence economy, and it's a fundamental shift that could finally give you a real stake in the value you're creating online.
I mean, this quote right here, it's basically been the story of the internet for as long as most of us can remember. The business model was really, really simple. Every single scroll, every click, every like you gave was captured and turned into the internet's most valuable commodity. Yep, your attention.
And look, this isn't just some hypothetical what-if scenario. The very foundation of that old model is starting to show some serious cracks. What if the value you create online wasn't just something for companies to harvest and sell off? What if you could actually own it? That's the huge idea we're digging into today.
All right, so to really get where we're headed, we have to be crystal clear about where we've been. Let's break down this old world, what we call the attention economy. A world where that old saying was 100% true. If you weren't paying for the product, you were the product.
And yep, this is pretty much the playbook for the entire digital world we grew up with. Social media, search engines, news sites, all of them were built on this one premise: keep your eyes glued to the screen because your attention was the raw material that fueled their entire business model.
And when you look at how the value moved, man, it was a total one-way street. You gave your attention for free. Platforms grabbed it up, advertisers came along and bought it. And in the end, the platforms got paid. The value was pulled from you, but the financial rewards, they never ever flowed back to you. And then everything changed. A new technology shows up on the scene, and this one, it doesn't just want our eyeballs, it wants our brains. It wants our knowledge. This right here is the catalyst that changes the entire equation.
And that's what brings us to this totally new model, the knowledge economy. In this new world, your role gets completely flipped on its head. You're no longer just the passive product being sold. You are the active producer creating the value. Now, this right here, this is the heart of the new economy. Just compare this to that first quote we saw. We're shifting from selling attention for ad revenue to leveraging human knowledge for AI royalties. That is a profound, profound change in what our society values.
So now look at how this flow gets completely rewired. You contribute your unique knowledge, your writing, your art, your code, whatever it is. AI models then learn from that contribution to get smarter and more powerful. But here's the game changer. Because you can prove you own that contribution, when the AI generates value from it, a piece of that value flows back to you. It's not a one-way street anymore. It's a two-way exchange.
So, you might be asking, what's the magic ingredient here? What makes this new model even possible? What allows that value to actually flow back to the creator? Well, it all boils down to one single, incredibly powerful concept: ownership. That's it. That is the absolute linchpin of this whole thing. Without it, you can't prove what you contributed. And if you can't do that, you can't claim your share of the rewards. It's the one mechanism that turns you from a renter into an owner, someone with a real stake in the game. Honestly, this is the simplest way to think about it. In the old world, the platforms just rented your attention. They used it for a moment and poof, it was gone. Now, your knowledge becomes a real asset, something you can truly own. And as we all know, when you own an asset, you get to share in the value it creates over time.
Okay, let's be clear. This is way more than just some abstract economic theory. This is about your personal stake in the future of intelligence, in the future of technology. This is about redefining your entire role in the digital world.
So let's just put it all together. This is the great shift we're talking about. We are moving from being the passive product to becoming the active producer. We're going from having our attention rented out to actually owning our knowledge. And the result of all that? The money no longer just flows to the big platforms as ad revenue, it can start flowing back to you as AI royalties. And that brings us to the final and most important question. A whole new economy is starting to emerge that can finally truly value your unique human knowledge, your insights, your creativity, your expertise. The technology to make it happen is here. So the only question left is, are you ready to claim your stake?